by way of a little bit more scene setting, I guess one of the questions that you've posed there, James, is the idea of like, can we build a curriculum which would satisfy everybody to that point? And I take your point that we can't solve it all by training, but is that possible to do? Because obviously we've been working with Just Transition Task Force, we've also been working with Nautical Institute. And Yves, do you want to just kind of give us a bit of a flavour of what we talk about with the green curriculum and trying to kind of come up with whilst the SDCW revisions and everything are taking place, to kind of find a quick route into building out a sort of curriculum that can deal with some of that?
Sure. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to build a bit on what James has been saying. I think it really is important that we look after the seafarers, that we make sure that they know how to operate these new fuels. And Raal was mentioning the Nautical Institute published the green curriculum. This was back in August 2022. At that time, the Nautical Institute, you know, we are a professional body. We look after the standards that seafarers are operating at, in above and beyond STCW. We are not interfering with STCW. And we wanted to make sure that as Nautical Institute, we provided a framework that then maritime academies worldwide can use to create their own curriculum locally. So what we did is we published the green curriculum, and over the last 2 years we have been working on preparing our own framework. That is about finished and will be published later in the year. Of course, in the meantime, the Maritime Transition Task Force came along, and they are doing the same, to which the Nautical Institute is cooperating as well. But I think that is important that, from our perspective, we go above and beyond what STCW is requiring. And you mentioned it there as well. STCW, the review is ongoing. It'll take quite some time before that gets finalized. We don't know what the result is going to be. And even once it gets finalized, we'll still have to wait a number of years before it's finally going to get implemented. But I think it is good meanwhile, and I just want to highlight that certainly for the Singapore side, the Maritime Academy here in Singapore, meanwhile, has already created their own curriculum and is providing training to seafarers on the use of alternative fuels. So I think we can see these points getting done, and I'm sure that other maritime academies will follow worldwide. In the end, the problem will be what is going to be the gap with the model course that the IMO is going to decide on, and what are we going to do then to bridge that gap?